is what to pray and say in the morning. The blood of Jesus over your family. Plead the blood over your family. This is what to pray and say in the morning. Warfare time, when you're under the blood, them demons will shake and tremble. Satan is a old dirty thief, so we mash up your plans with only one sprinkle. If you're feeling pain, the blood of Jesus break every chain and remove all stain. Declare this again and again. The blood of Jesus over your family. Plead the blood over your family. This is what to pray and say in the morning. The blood of Jesus over your family. Plead the blood over your family. This is what to pray and say in the morning. When the Vicks and the bush can't fix this, the blood of Jesus remove all sickness, all asthma and all arthritis. In the name of Jesus, we bind it. Jesus is the answer. The blood of Jesus beat out the cancer. Break every chain and remove all stain. Declare this again and again. The blood of Jesus over your family. Plead the blood over your family. This is what to pray and say in the morning. The blood of Jesus over your family. Plead the blood over your family. This is what to pray and say in the morning. When we plead the blood, principalities get trampled. When we plead the blood, generation curse get dismantled. So cover your children and them, your unsafe family members and them. Christ died on the cross for all of them, so start praying for them. The blood of Jesus over your family. Plead the blood over your family. This is what to pray and say in the morning. Blessings for another beautiful Sunday evening, and welcome to Team Family. We are your hosts, Linnell and Adonna. You can call me Lady Savvy, that's okay. Welcome, everybody. Adonna, what's up?
I'm doing fine.
All
I'm happy
righty.
today. God is great.
Oh, yes, he's awesome.
Indeed, excellent.
He is awesome.
And my
So
soul shall make a
welcome.
boast in the Lord.
Oh, yes.
He is great.
He is awesome.
I just want to say hello to everyone out there. It's so good to have you with us. Thank you for joining us this afternoon
Oh, yes.
on Team Family.
Wonderful to have all of you out there listening to 103.1 FM. Welcome, welcome, one and all. All right, so we are blessed. We are blessed to be alive. We are blessed to be here, and we have a new topic for this afternoon. We will be talking about family projects and activities. All right, so get excited. We want you to be able to share with us. It's not just about Linnell and Adonna, it's about you. We want you to be a part of this. All right, so if you know that you have family activities that you enjoyed growing up, or maybe family activities that you do today with your own family, we'd like you to share some of it with us. All right. You know, it's very important, Adonna, that we spend time with our family.
Yeah.
All right. Family time is important.
Yep.
And if we're going to be spending time with our families, we want it to be fun. We want it to be times, that we can look back on and say, you know what, I really enjoyed that time that I spent with mommy or daddy or my brother or my sister, or, whoever
it's usually
it is.
a learning experience when you
Yes.
spend time together.
Yes.
It's a learning experience, something you can take with you.
Something you take with you throughout your life. Sometime at the point in time that you're doing the little activity, you're really thinking about anything. All you're thinking is that you're enjoying it. But years after, you look back on that and you say, you know what? I really enjoyed, doing X, Y, Z, because look, just a little thing mommy or daddy was doing with me, I learned how to bake from, I personally, I loved baking. All right. So going back, I said, I'm saying to all of you out there, if you're listening to us, we would like you to share. You can send comments to WhatsApp, or if you're on YouTube or on Facebook, you can send comments to us. We want to hear what it is that you enjoyed doing together with your family growing up, or what, some of the activities you do
maybe not so much this COVID year or last year, but
Yeah, but
kind
I guess they get to spend a lot of time together
well,
because
true.
they couldn't get out.
Okay,
Yeah,
right. So
because
true.
they're home, so
You're right.
they have to do
You're
something.
right. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
All right. Some of us need some ideas. Some of
Mhm.
us might get some grand ideas that we can do with our own families. So we want you to share. So text us on 403-1031, or you can text us on, if you're on YouTube or on Facebook, you can also share with us some of those activities.
Yeah.
You know, growing up personally, as I was saying, I
Mhm.
liked baking.
Mhm.
All right. I remember you know, mom used to bake. Even Auntie Yvonne, when she came and my auntie's from Trinidad, she lives in Trinidad. When she came, I remember for the first time when she taught me how to make an orange cake, it was like, wow to me. It's like, oh, I actually
Orange cake is
baked
really
it,
make it
wow.
yourself.
Yeah, and today it's one of the things that I really love doing, baking.
Nice,
So
nice.
even from a child, you do these little things with your children and you don't realize how much in the future it can help shape who they become or what it is they
Yeah,
like doing and all
it's
of
good to
that.
do them. It's
Yes,
good. It's really good
it's
because in doing those things together, I mean, because I grew up in a big family, you see a lot of different characteristics. Yeah,
okay.
you see a lot of people. Some might gravitate to the baking and the kitchen. Some might gravitate to the sewing because my mom sew.
Okay.
So one of my sisters could sew really well.
Okay.
I went to class, but
I,
I did
I
not do too well there.
I want to
I can
mention
sew
about that
curtains.
one.
I can sew curtains.
Okay.
I can stitch.
Okay. I have a
So
lot of licks to get regarding the
so the
sewing part of
sewing,
things.
I can do little hand work because she teaches out a lot of the
Mm.
embroidery and stuff like that.
Okay.
I love those because I'm more into the art side. But in the sewing, I don't have the patience with the machine. Sometimes
Okay.
I have a machine. I try little things.
Mm-hmm.
My aunt also taught me formally how to
Okay.
sew
Oh, nice.
because I had an aunt who's also a seamstress,
Okay,
and she's
great.
really good, and she did designing and everything.
Okay.
So when I brought some cloth to her to sew the other day, she said, I've given you back your money, because you're supposed to be doing it yourself.
I know. And as I was saying, I'm so ashamed. My mother is a seamstress, and I mean, I could do little things. Of course, I could, a hem in, a button come out, I
Yes, I
could
could
put
do
it
that.
back
Yeah,
on, but I should have known by now. I should be should be able to sew perfectly.
yeah.
I really
I used to
played the
try.
fool.
I used to try. I practiced on my daughter.
Uh-huh.
I make little pajamas and little
At
things
least
like
you
that.
tried. I used to say, I don't want to learn how
But
to sew.
just for staying home.
Well, at least you know how to sew. I don't know. I really regret not learning. I mean, it's not too late. It is
No.
not too late. I could still learn. So we were just, I enjoyed baking, you know, little things like going to the garden, with your parents, they planted something, and you're going and pick some fruits, maybe mango, you're going and pick something that they
Yeah.
planted, maybe peas,
Yeah.
just little
So
things like
together we used to
that.
plant every Corpus Christi. We plant corn and peas, and then we
Right.
go reap, and then we do roast corn
Oh,
together,
amazing,
and
eh?
our boiled
So you
corn soup.
see, you reap all the
And so
benefits of
we
the
do, yeah, and we do it all together.
wonderful.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, and
that was
children like those little things.
something that stayed with me. Really.
Yes, and sometimes we
Mhm.
look at it as insignificant activities, but they really help to build you. And when you get older and you look back at it, it was really, really good times.
Mhm.
You look back at it and you say, we used to really have fun doing these simple, simple things that people look at as, it's insignificant. You
Yeah,
know?
something that really was significant to me too is the quality time I get to spend with my dad.
Okay.
Because fishing, we were too many to go fishing all together because we used to fish on boats.
Okay.
My father, fisherman. He's a fisherman, and he taught me to fish personally because I had an
Wow.
interest, and he brought me out and he showed me. Up to yesterday, he was showing me how to set up the line.
Okay.
Yeah, and we went
Wonderful.
fishing, and I started doing so well.
You're catching more fish than me.
Yes.
Well, I know it's something.
Yes.
For currently, I know it's something that my husband loves a lot, fishing.
Yeah.
And oftentimes we brought the children along, so we went like a family. It's not something person that I really love, but just the to be able to go as a family and you see your children enjoying it, and when they catch a fish, the excitement of the
But to me,
your
the thing
children.
that really, because I got that one-on-one with my father, we get that
Right,
quality time together alone
right,
out there
right.
in the sea.
Yes. And
Yeah.
that's where you really get to know each other. Just these little one-on-one little things where you have the little chats. You learn more about each other then.
Yeah.
You know, just the little simple things. It builds up to bigger things.
Yeah.
You know, so you might find out that, okay, you know, you had experience at some point in time. You know, you're there fishing and you chat about little things. So you find out about things that, hey,
Yeah.
I didn't know that that
And
used
you
to
tell me the name of
happen.
the fish I
You
catch.
know, right?
This is
And oh, I never
a what
knew.
I'll be, and this one is
Right.
a snapper, and this is a Marianne Gouget with a
Ri-
big eye.
You know,
So up to now, I
a
still
learning
remember.
process.
I remember all the different fish and their names, and
A learning process. So you learn a lot of things from your, you know, from your parents, and your parents can learn from you too, because
yes,
possibly something might, you know, you never
yeah,
know. You know, possibly you might be, you know, like if let's say that you're baking together, you know, maybe you learn something at school that you could share with your parent, and your parent can teach you something that they learned from their experience in baking or fishing or whatever the case might be, you
yeah,
know. So it really is a beautiful thing to have that one-on-one and be able to spend that time together. So I used to enjoy the going to the garden and, you know, little things, doing the little planting, and the, you know, as you see, you plant the little thing, and then afterwards you get to eat the corn and eat
and
everything else.
and your fish ship sail.
Yes, yeah. Oh yes, I really need to teach my children that
Yeah,
game.
and there was a corn and the
Yes, chip
ship
sail,
sail.
ship
Yeah,
sail. How
how
many
many
men
men?
on deck? And you're
Yes,
losing all your corn, you're losing all your corn, but you're playing still, because you
yes.
think you're going to win. Those were fun times. You see, just the simple things, these little activities. You know, another activity that I enjoyed growing up was going to visit family members. You know, like I had, well, my dad's dad wasn't from Grenada. So sometimes he would come and then we have to travel to go to see him. Or, you know, you have other old relatives or other persons that you have to travel to go see. And, you know, it's an experience. Sometimes you walk to go there, you know, based on the distance. And so sometimes when you go there, you get little you might get some plum, you might get whatever fruit is in season, you get little things and you really appreciate it. You know, you
Yes,
think back at, oh my gosh, those were good times.
yes.
You know,
Spending time with
reading
my
the
grand
plum
aunt
tree,
was a
you
lot of
know?
fun because every Saturday evening, for some reason, we used to go by her.
Hmm.
Tana.
Okay.
She always making this nice bread. So we
Okay.
always get one to take back.
Wonderful. Well, I
Yeah,
had
and
an aunt close by too.
grand
Yes.
aunt. Yeah,
Yes. I had a
she's that
grand aunt
who
close
grew my
by.
mom up.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. I had a
yeah.
grand aunt close by. I used to go, I used to maybe visit her maybe once a week. I can't remember right now, but you know, often enough. And all I remember about going there is maybe during on a Saturday or one of those days like that, or during the holiday time, macaroni and cheese. I don't know, like she used to make the
She had a
best
special one.
macaroni and cheese to
Like
me.
Tana bread
I
was a
don't know.
special bread.
The best is like, I don't
But just to
take
this year
it
for
back.
independence, we took the children by Tana where we used to go all over in that place we call Blaye, where my father grew up,
Uh-huh.
and we took them hiking. But things has changed so much. We can't
Right, we
the
can
whole
understand.
memory you had of this beautiful, nice
I
green
know.
grass and a nice little pond in front of our house. It's
Everything different.
it's like I lost.
Ah,
It has all changed, you
yes,
know.
the scenery, everything has changed so much.
Yeah.
You know, but we want our children, we want our families to have, you know, even if they can't have the same thing that we have, we want them to have a similar experience, you know. So, you know, let's find little activities to do together, even watching a movie, you know, make it a movie night. I remember, you know, I don't know if I should be saying this on air, but you know, around when we had this the lockdown last year, you know, and we couldn't leave our yard. We used to we projecting on the building and be outside watching
Yeah,
movie
driving.
night. Well, it wasn't open to other people in the
I know.
community. Let me clarify. You know, It wasn't open to other people in the community. It was just
But
like
you
a
could have sat on
family
your bar
thing,
now watch.
just there in the yard. All right.
Yeah.
So we would sit, we would do popcorn, and Lord, them children love that. Sit in the
That's
back of a
cinema time.
van. They
Like
lie
a
down, they go.
cinema.
If they go and get a pillow and a sheet upstairs too,
And they
you know.
camping out.
And it's like a fun time for them. Just
Yeah.
these simple
This
things.
memory will not leave them.
It will not.
Mhm.
Because it was all now they're asking for movie night. Oh,
Because you see, it's stuck in
yes.
them. It's like
And sometimes they even know a movie. Sometimes they
it's
even get
just
to
a
watch
time
half
to
of the
spend it
movie.
with y'all.
You know, yes, it's that fun time that they get to spend with their family. You know, even the telling of stories. And I'm talking about those old stories. You know, sometimes, my dad loves, and even now he loves to tell those stories about Compay Zai and Compay Tig and Compay Makaku. I don't know where,
Yes,
where he got those.
My father used to do that.
Oh my gosh,
too.
those children still love. I loved
Especially
it, and they love it so much. They want to hear all different stories, and not only that. You know, sometimes they would share with us experiences they had growing up and what they used to use. You know, so they would tell us about the way they used to bake outside using the mud oven and all of these things. And these things used to intrigue me. You know, it's like, really? This is, we need to tell, children about, the way you grew up and the things you used to use. Even
simple things, how people survive and they,
oh
and
my
they were
gosh.
happy.
And they were happy.
Yeah.
We were happy. You know, I remember my dad giving me the story, and I think I shared it with you recently, about, around Christmas time when he would, get a soft drink. It's like a big thing. Get a whole soft drink for himself. It's like a big thing. He never get a whole soft drink. Whole year, he never get a whole soft drink. But Christmas time, he's sure to get the whole soft drink for himself. And I think it was a cake or something like that. And it was like,
a treat.
It was a treat.
Only Christmas time you get soft drink. The rest of the year you drink lime juice.
So if all these little stories, that our parents shared, this quality time, we just sit down together. Sometimes we just, we outside in the veranda or wherever you are, you're just sitting and you're just all talking, you're talking and you're sharing these experiences with your children, playing little games. And so, whatever it is, children appreciate that, going to the beach, all these little things, simple things that, that we deem as insignificant.
Yeah.
They are important.
Quality
time. Whatever little thing you can do with your children, trust me, they are going to grow up. It sticks. It sticks. The simple things. It sticks in their memory. It's stuck in my memory. And you grow up and you have learned, you realize that you learned little things from these little activities that you did. You learn simple things that, people don't even think about. You learn it from these activities.
And they learn how to be a family, a unit,
you learn how
togetherness, learn to cooperate, learn to be, a team. And this is what team family is about.
That is what we're all about.
We encourage this whole team spirit within the family, and not divisiveness and fights. And,
Amen. Amen. So don't forget, we're waiting on you to share some of your experiences, little activities that you had growing up, the activities that you did with your family, even now, some of the activities that you do with your own family. Share with us. We'd like to hear about some of those activities that you really enjoy or you enjoyed growing up, And today we're not only talking about activities, but we also want to talk about, projects as a family. Sometimes the activity, the little activities can become a big activity and we can call that a project. I went online, I got a definition from Wikipedia for what a project is. It says a project is an undertaking carried out whether individually or collaboratively and possibly involving research or design, and it is carefully planned to achieve a particular aim. So that is what a project is. So sometimes as a family, you want to work on a project together. All right. Now, projects, as I said before, we're talking about a family. So we're talking about collaborative projects here. All right. So How as a family, how do you decide on what project we should work on?
Yeah.
You know, you want to do
Sometimes it's usually based on the needs,
right,
in
right.
the most, urgent need.
Right. So there might be, so for example, a baby's on the way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So there's a baby on the way, and we realize, okay, well, this room filled up, that room filled up. We need a space for baby. All right. So maybe that project might be like an additional room or an additional
A little
space that you have to,
nursery area.
yeah, right, that you create from a existing room, but you have that project to work on.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we work together as a family? How do we,
You have to
you know?
just come to cost first before you approach anything. According to the
Right.
Bible,
So
yeah,
we have
come to
some
cost,
questions to ask.
come to
We have
cost.
some things to take care of first. We can't
Yeah.
just jump and say, okay, let's do this. We have to sit and figure things out first. So you
Mm-hmm.
have a project, you have there's a need for
Material
something.
cost, labor
Right. All of these
costs,
things have to come into play. We need to ask
and
these questions.
sometimes even as Christmas, sometimes you need to paint over the house
Right. Around Christmas time.
around
That could be
Christmas
another
time,
project,
and you need
you know?
to get to home. Sometimes you could do it yourself.
Right. So
But
it's
you
important
just,
that
yeah,
you think first
yeah,
about your things like the cost and your budget. You need to budget because you can't
yeah.
just jump and say, okay, let me go and buy paint. Next thing you know, paint costs $200 a bucket, and you
Yep.
didn't realize paint
Paint is
price gone up.
expensive, and depends on where you go and the quality. You have to look at quality
Oh,
paints,
research is
and you have to
important,
look at the
eh?
best quality and do your homework. Check out the different
Right.
places that sell paint, find
That's
out
right.
price,
That's
and
right.
compare
That's right. So
reviews.
when we doing a project, we ain't just jump in and do project. We need to do our homework. We
Mhm.
need to, check out, different prices, what you have to get. What do I need for this project? What am I, how much is it gonna cost? Do I need to import it? Am I gonna get it here? All these questions you need to ask.
Yeah, to bring
Um,
it in, how much if you're going to be cheaper, or if you just better you do it here and now.
Right. When do I need to do this project? Is it
Yeah,
urgent?
your
Do I need to
time
do it right
limits.
away?
Yeah.
How much time do I have to do this project?
Hmm.
Am I gonna stretch it out into 3 years, depending on what the project is? You might want to say, okay, I'll do some this year, then next year we'll do another part of the project, and then the following year, depending on what the
Hmm.
project is.
Yeah.
If it's something urgent, then you need to budget, of course, but you need to come up with a way in which you can, especially we're looking here at needs for the family. If it's
Hmm.
something urgent that you really need for your family, then you need to find a way to be able to get that project going. You might
I
need
need
to
to
get
redo it
a
alone.
loan.
Yeah.
Some of these things you
Hmm.
you you need to, of course, you need to
Uh,
discuss it
uh,
first.
Even if instead of getting a loan, because a loan could end up running you
Right.
into more
Into more, right.
expense, but
Long
you
term.
can see how you can save towards that, or if you can raise money
Right.
as a family,
Right. Right.
invest in something. And
Right.
if you look around in Korea, there's a lot of wastage,
True.
and sometimes in your own home, you look around, there are things that are being wasted that could be
Right.
converted into
Oh
finances.
yes. Oh yes. Oh yes.
And I just remember the scripture where Jesus had fed the multitude, and when everybody was filled, he told the disciple, "Go pick up the fragments,
All
that
right.
nothing would be lost,
No waste.
no
No waste.
waste."
No waste.
And you see, and that is so instructive to me. It teaches me so much, because when you look around and you see the amount of wastage we have in Grenada,
True. Oh gosh, mango.
with
When mango season, oh
fruits
my gosh,
and
spoiling on the ground.
spoiling. And these things could be, processed, or packaged or
Oh
whatever, and put
yes.
into
Good
good use,
use.
and
Yes.
converted into finances,
Mm-hmm.
which can help you to save towards whatever you're looking to
That's
project you're
right.
looking to
That's
do.
right.
You
You
know.
know, and this is so important. Sometimes and I'm not bringing down anybody for doing these things. Sometimes somebody might need a urgent surgery. Often see people asking for donations for people
People,
that
little
need
motorcades to do
right.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with doing the motorcades and so, but
Because
I'm
the
saying
urgency of the need, sometimes what you're
right,
doing might not be
right,
enough
sufficient.
to.
You know,
Mhm.
but that is a good idea. The wastage of things, and that can help. not just in the short term, because sometimes, as families, sometimes we look at projects in the short term. So we just do something for today and that is it. It's just a one-off thing. All right. But maybe that one thing that you did for a one-off thing can be used for something that is more long-term, So you start it up, it's a project and it seems as if, okay, I need the money now, it's urgent, and you get it done. But maybe that same idea can be used for long term,
Another time.
to
So you
bring
could have
in,
an extra
you know,
income
coming into your
besides the salary,
family,
because sometimes
you know,
it's short and
because
it's hard to save.
that's
So if you
right.
have a little extra coming in, it would contribute towards. And
That's right.
because taking a loan could be, people used to do susu.
Right.
So that's a way you could actually save towards a project. You
True.
say you have you do that susu for a $5,000, and by the end of the year you have that money.
Right.
You could, you could do at your room, do your painting, whatever you have to do.
Right.
But there are things that you can have around your home that you can use and put into finance.
True.
Yeah. Because look, we have mango wasting in mango season, but mango season is only for a time. When mango season not around, and you feel, people just feel for mangoes
Yes.
for the time.
Yes.
There are things you can do. That I see somebody doing drying the mango, so you can get it dried. You can have mango jam. You can do. I see mango selling in tin in the supermarket.
Oh my
in
gosh.
Grenada. Yeah.
Wait.
I
So
had a friend who visited.
Oh my gosh,
Visited
I
here,
can't believe
and
this.
it was, and he loves mango. We had a family friend, and he went and buy a tin of mango in
Tell
the
me that
supermarket.
the tin of mango came from Grenada.
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh, no. Well, this is something that Grenadians need to look into.
Yeah.
You
And we
have
have
mango
mango.
selling in tin on the shelf in Grenada? I can't
And they have
believe
frozen mango too,
I can't believe
selling
it.
in the supermarket.
Well, we have.
Frozen mango,
Oh my gosh.
packaged and selling in Grenada,
Oh
coming
gosh,
from wherever.
somebody out there. Listen, it have mango in tin selling in the supermarket.
And
And
it's
frozen
packaged.
mango. Somebody that have mango trees, do something. Sell your frozen mango and your mango in tin, because I find this is
Yeah, and people
what?
buy it to make smoothies and so. Yeah.
Wow, we need to do something. Oh my gosh. And so much wastage, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And look,
Mango
we were talking
season
about the breadfruit
is-
as well.
Yes. And I just want to congratulate our sister, Keisha, and her husband.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
They
What we
take
call
on
the
our
product again? What is it called?
breadfruit sticks.
Breadfruit sticks. I can't
And-
remember the name of
Yeah.
the let me see if I find it. But it's, according to you, it's tasty. I need to get me a bag.
Jason, and that was so innovative. Jason and Kishana, I just want to congratulate them
Oh
on
yes.
that.
Oh yes.
Because, breadfruit is a thing that we have. Our main dish is oil, and we eat it, seasonally. But there's breadfruit all around the year
Oh yes.
in
Certainly.
Grenada, and a lot. And she was telling me there's about 80% of the breadfruit is wasted.
Imagine that.
Mhm.
I mean, national dish is oil long and breadfruit wasting. Listen to that. Oh my gosh. Oh yes. So there it is. Finger licking, nail biting. I see my friend post it in one of the groups. It's
It is
breadfruit
really delicious,
sticks.
and it's such an innovative idea. And there's a lot you could do with breadfruit.
Mm-hmm.
You can make chips, breadfruit chips.
Oh yes.
And you could do a lot of stuff with breadfruit.
I'm not
and it's
seeing the name
nutritious.
clearly. I'm not seeing the name clearly in the chat, but it's local. It's a local breadfruit. Breadfruit sticks. I'm not seeing the name clearly. But just in case you want to check it out, you can call 533-9319. All right. Or check out Just Grilling on Facebook. I hear the breadfruit sticks tasting
It tastes
really, really
and
good.
it's really fresh and it's really
I
nicely
can't wait.
packaged. Yes, you should
I
try.
can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we gotta make use of what we have
That's
around us.
right.
And sometimes we clamor and we complain and we say, we don't have. But if you just look around you,
You might be
surprised
surprised.
what you can convert into finance. And sometimes you have land and you just go in bush.
Yes, wasting there, nothing
Yeah.
happening.
You know?
I just want to talk about one project in particular. So let's just dissect this project. I came up with this idea. Let's say that we have a family called the Peters family. All right. Now, the Peters family is an extended family. So we have grandpa, grandma, we have mommy, daddy, and let's say it's a family, a big family. Let's suppose maybe 10 or more persons in that
Okay,
family.
extended family.
Yes. So let's say we have grandma, grandpa, mommy, daddy, possibly an auntie. I don't know. But mostly children. All right. Children. All right. And let's say the children age range go from about 25 down to about 7.
Okay.
All right. With most of them being within, let's say, teenager age. All right. Now, let's suppose this family, okay, before I go to that, let's say that grandma and grandpa, they're retired, so they're home. All right. So they're not working, they're home. Let's say daddy is maybe a veterinarian. Yes, let's choose veterinarian. Mommy is an accountant. All right. And then we have the others are school age, you know. Right. So they come up with this idea, all right, in order to, they realize that they eat a lot of eggs, and they need meat. The children like chicken, so they decide they're gonna, they're gonna purchase some chicks, some broilers and some layers, and they just want to, just for their family,
Use, yeah.
their family use. They're gonna start this little project, all right. As they begin that project, what do you think? Some of the things that family need to consider before they actually start that project.
They should talk to you said one of them is a veterinarian, so
Yes.
they should have a good, should have a good idea, but they should at least know where they're going to locate the full run.
Right. So location is important. So they need to talk about location.
Good enough for the chicks to survive, and because they need a lot of water, they need some light.
Right.
There are things they need to grow properly.
That's right. I think that one of the first things they need to do also is to do their research. So maybe I don't know, maybe there are people in the Ministry of Agriculture that might know about setting up the what do you call that in particular? Is it a full run? Okay, a full run. All right, get some advice. Get some advice from the experts, so you know what you're doing. All right, so you ain't just going and it's something you want to do. It might start off just for your family, but you never know in the future it might become.
And the vet could do his research and could go real top quality chicks for eating and good eggs.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you know what?
You want to do free range eggs.
Right. So you think about, the cost, you think about, you do your research, you think about the infrastructure, what you need to build, water, where you're getting your water for your chicks. And so you need to think about food, what kind of food you'll be feeding them with,
Just buy the feed from the
right. You need to think about, how the building is going to be, what materials you're using, ventilation, that's the word, ventilation, and how you're going to be cleaning. You need to have access to the inside of the thing to clean, to collect the eggs, and right. So a lot of thinking and planning, right. You need to to know, you need the knowledge. That's why I say research, to know how to care for the chicks. You need to know when they are fully grown, so you need the knowledge. You need to know if it's 6 weeks or 8 weeks or how much weeks you have to leave them until they're ready to lay out, until they're ready to slaughter, if it's the broilers. And so you need to know what to look for in case, they get sick. And that's where the veterinarian skills might come in there. He might have a little skill in that area, Right. Things like you need to know when to go and collect the eggs. Is it best to collect them in the morning, in the evening? How do you know when the eggs are there too long? Or
the morning might be better because they lay 1 egg a day.
Right. So all of that is knowledge. I didn't even know that.
If you leave it through today, then you know what time they lay. So you go collect it as soon as possible.
So you need to know all these things.
They could trample on the egg and get a break and all of that.
All of and in all of that, look, we have a big family there. This scenario that I put together, we have a big family. It's a family of 10 or more. Everybody. If we work together and if we discuss this thing and say, okay, Jane, you're going to go in the morning and collect the eggs. Peter, you're going to go at this a.m. at 7 a.m. or whatever the case might be, and make sure they have water, and everybody has a little part to play. Everybody
Everybody has to keep at it
has to keep at it.
because these
You know,
chicks are depending on you.
you feed them on time, you give them water on time, you make sure that everything is put together. Somebody has to monitor
But
things.
I wonder who's going to clean the full pen.
Well, somebody has to do it. Somebody has to do the dirty work. The dirty work is important too, because you want the place to be in the right condition. You don't want, and even the rainfalls, and so they have a scent, but you want to make sure that you keep the place clean, so you don't have nobody complaining and this kind of thing. So a lot of thought needs to go into a project. Just something simple as that. And even if you are doing it just for your family, at some point you might decide, you know what, I find this might grow into a business. Let's take it to another level. And you might, there are certain standards that you might have to use for, to be able to sell your product to the public. So you want to make sure you do your research on that as well. The feed or whatever it is, and cleaning the eggs, and all of that. Packaging of the eggs, there are certain standards. So
and
you
there
see,
might be a market out there that really need
the eggs
and they want
and
a consistent supply.
That is it.
So you have
That
hotels,
is it.
because eggs are a big thing in hotels.
Right.
Yeah.
So that can be a means of income for that family. So a simple project that you put together, even the addition of a room in your home, it can possibly, well, not a room in your home, but an addition to your house, it can possibly be rented out. A lot of the projects that we can work together as a family on a project that we can help to actually bring in income that can actually help our family in some way.
Yeah.
These things can turn into a business. So the project that you start working on, you need to give it some thought.
And there have to be diligence.
Yes, there must be due diligence in
absolutely.
planning and in ensuring that maintenance is done. You don't want that some part of the fall run broken down and falls getting away or something. Some beast can come in and eat the mongoose, manikou, or whoever that's coming and So you have to make sure you're on the ball with
even
things.
Dogs and
Right. So we have to be the good stewards.
It's stewardship.
Right.
Yeah, there must be good stewardship.
So take care.
So Mr. Lazy, there's no Mr. Lazy when it comes to teamwork.
That's right.
There are some people that they always have an excuse why they can't do, and that's really bad for family.
And you need to teach your children.
And for progress,
right?
If you want to get something done, everybody have to play their part.
Everybody has to do something. And even from that age, whether they're teenagers or 7, 8, the children need to learn responsibility. So the little things that you give them to do, it's teaching them to be responsible. It's teaching them how they have to make sure to go and feed the fowl at 6 a.m. every morning, pick up whatever it is, whatever.
Even rain coming.
Rain coming, like whatever it is, the fowls can die.
You got to wait until
whatever it is, you teach them what to do, whether or not they have to wait until the rain finish or find an umbrella and water boots on or whatever.
If the time running out, they got to ask somebody who might be home to do
it
for them, please.
Right.
And then
if they have to go to school,
and then they go pick up,
Right.
Yes.
But they have to learn to be responsible. All of that is a part of being responsible. You can't just say, well, rain coming and not going and forget about it.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to suffer.
To do it for you, please.
That's right.
Yeah.
So they have to learn that even if there's a duty you have to do, and you cannot do it for whatever reason, whether you're sick or you're late for school or whatever the case might be responsible enough to ask somebody, tell somebody, look, this is what happened. Can you fill in for me? XYZ or whatever the case might be. And, we get things working cool.
Yeah.
Now, that is all a part of working together. But we have to, there are some red flags that we have to look out for, as you say, lazy, the lazy ones. So we have to give them a little, nudge. We have to know when to, somebody's not doing their job, to speak up about it. If somebody else see, that, if Jane see that John not doing his job, mommy, speak up, or tell him about it. And if he's not, listening, then take it to the higher authority. Tell mommy, tell auntie, tell granny.
Well, somebody has to be on top of the game. There has to be an
Somebody.
administrator, leader.
That is
in
what
this whole
somebody
thing,
has to, and that's
give
important,
leadership. Yeah.
Somebody has to lead that project. So somebody must be in charge to make sure that even if they're not doing something in particular, but they double checking to make sure that everything was done and is done every day, because if everybody is just minding their own business, then who is
Somebody
minding?
has
Yes,
to make sure that
somebody
everything
has
is
to be.
coordinated every day.
Somebody has to be
manager.
overall. Yes, that's right. So you need a manager.
Yeah.
Whether it's daddy, whether it's mommy, whether it's grandma, grandpa, somebody has to manage. We sometimes you have overworked family members. When I say that, maybe Jane is taking up the slack for John, Peter, and somebody else, and it's unfair, because
they have to
others
be
are not
fair.
doing their
But
job.
some just want to be lazy.
Right, or somebody's coming late from work and they're tired and they feel overworked. Maybe you need to give them something else to do that's probably in the morning time rather than giving them something to do that's in the evening time.
There are some children that just done right would not want to do anything.
It's true. There are some lazy ones.
But you have to give them something that they will have to do and
yes.
they will do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But as I was saying, if you realize that somebody is earnestly overworked, when I say overworked in the
there are some we call them the runners. They always say yes and they're always willing.
Right.
And that is the one who gets the overworked.
Yes.
The one who are always willing to do, but there are some who always have an excuse not to do.
Right. And that's not good. It's not good enough. So we have to teach our children otherwise, that excuses is not the way to go. They also something else you might want to ask, is the project really serving its purpose? So sometimes you start up a project and because you didn't do something right, it is not going quite the way you planned or wanted it to go. So at some point, if you see that, you see chicks dying or fowls dying or they're not growing properly or the eggs really tiny or
maybe
something.
They're getting infected.
Right.
Because you have to be careful and clean and make sure the environment is pretty clean every day.
So we have to be careful with these things. Is it really... are things going the way they're supposed to go? Is it really serving the purpose? So we're supposed to be getting eggs for the family. We're supposed to be getting meat. Are we getting eggs? Are we getting meat or something else happening? So if it's not serving the purpose, then we might need to rethink that project or make some changes in order to get it going the way it's supposed to go.
They have to be monitored right through, because
it has to be monitored.
There's a cost involved,
right?
And you don't want to be at a loss.
Right.
Yeah.
And also, depending on the nature of your project, as I said, it might start off as just trying to provide for your family, but it can turn into a very lucrative business. So don't just look at your projects as...
It would turn into a lucrative business when you're diligent at it and when everybody enjoying the work.
Right.
You see, work is something that you should enjoy, and they're seeing the benefits, they're seeing the outcome.
Seeing the benefits.
And so together, you can move with it.
That's right. So we have to, and we keep preaching that togetherness. Everybody must do their part. We work together for the common cause. All right. We're working together because this project is going to benefit the family on a whole. It's going to put a little ease up on mommy and daddy who have to pay all the bills. They have to buy eggs. They have to buy meat, all of that. So monies that would ordinarily be used for buying meat for the family, it is now put into other things, maybe to pay the school fees, maybe to do something else, because we have this project that we have, and we work together on this project. We make sure that things are done. If everybody does their part, then the family benefits.
Yep.
The family benefits all together. Everybody is going to benefit.
Yep.
Everybody's going to benefit, because less money is being spent on buying eggs. Less money is being spent on purchasing meat, and the money can be used for other things that you need, that you desire, possibly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I have a sister who actually does that.
oh,
Eggs and she even do turkeys.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
mobile and it's a pretty good business, and you can see a lot come out. Sometimes
Okay.
you could even do a chicken, a rotisserie chicken for some. If you have a function,
Okay.
she could do the rotisserie and you pay for it cooked and really well done.
Right.
Make your sauce and
Oh,
whatever.
wonderful.
So it can go into a lot of
Yes.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
so we just want you to see. We just want you
There's a
to
lot
see
you can do with
a
food,
lot,
especially with food
a
and
lot.
rearing animals and whatever to do with agriculture. It has a
Yes,
lot of avenues where you can
that's
actually
right.
make
That's
a,
right.
a good living.
So, sometimes as individuals or as a family, you figure, oh gosh, the bills, the bills, the bills, more bills and more bills, light bill going up every month, this happening, that happening. But maybe we should start looking for, solutions. What can we do as a family? What can we do? Sometimes you can't do it by yourself. All right. We need to work together on this. It's a family affair. We need to, we realize that we're not meeting the bills. We cannot pay bills, or we don't have sufficient to buy the things that we need. Come up with ideas. Sit together as a family, figure out, okay, breadfruit wasting, do something with breadfruit. Mango wasting, mangoes, I still cannot believe frozen, what you say?
Canned mango and
Canned
frozen
mango is being sold in Grenada, and it doesn't come from Grenada. Canned mangoes, people. All right, so I think maybe we need to become more creative as a people. If people
Yes, and
selling
we have
canned,
good soil. We
you
have
know,
really fertile soil here
mango
that could.
wasting on the ground.
Yep, we got
How
it.
much?
Look, Trinidad, right? They're doing the red mango. They're doing the
Yes,
thing. It's
we
a
need
lot
to
you can
become
do with
more
mango, with
creative.
the fruits and vegetable we have,
Yes, boy, we need to become more
and
creative.
diversify.
Right.
You know,
Sometimes we see our neighbor doing X, Y, Z, and we figure we should do the same, but come up with our own ideas.
you could have
If
your
the neighbor
own
doing red mango, you do, I don't know, yellow
mango
mango.
jam, mango jam or dried
Mango,
mango.
right.
Mhm.
Something else.
Yeah.
I say yellow mango. Mango is yellow.
Yeah.
you know, we could come up with our own ideas, to sustain our families, and even as a business, we can come up with, ideas that can help, you know, um, really bring in
Yeah.
a little
Because
extra
even
income.
cutting on the mango, I do it.
Hmm.
When you have a lot of mango, I cut them up and I package them in a Ziploc bag and put them in the
For
freezer.
smoothies.
So when you want to do a smoothie,
Yes.
a mango smoothie.
Well, yeah, we do that too, but
but that's what they're selling in the supermarket.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
the tinned one
But
that kind of have me off.
You see, we can do it.
Yes.
And we can even export it.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Because we have it.
That's right. That's right. I guess we don't. I don't know.
Because he doesn't want to sell some fresh mangoes, and then it weighs because they don't sell, because everybody have mango season, mango all over the place.
Maybe we need some more programs like these,
So
that
maybe involve some people in agriculture.
Yes.
Who deals with those
that
things.
they can give us some more ideas of what people can do with the fruits, and people can come up with some real good ideas and things to look at see Jason on telling us all right, so Jason is saying he's enjoying the program. So much wisdom can be gleaned. Thanks for the mention. But Jason, what is the name of the product? We want to know the name of the product. We're talking about the breadfruit sticks, but we want to know the specific name so people could check it out. Tell us the specific name so that we can tell people go and check out the breadfruit sticks and give us a name. Does it have a specific product name? All right, so while we're waiting on that from Jason,
Yeah. Yeah. So
but it's
we
amazing.
have a vast amount of things that we can use in Grenada that could bring a good income. We used to have the nutmeg, the cocoa, and the bananas, but we have more than that.
We have a lot.
guavas, we have mangoes, we have
Oh my,
tamarind, we have
a lot
a
of
lot of
things.
fruits that's just there. Carambola, I went in the States, I see carambola. Carambola is actually something that wastes a lot. I think I see about 3 carambola in a bag for about 5 something US.
US?
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh.
So even export.
So somebody needs to
So
start
if you have
carambola?
that kind of thing set up, carambola that we have,
that people don't want,
mhm,
that people throwing away.
carambola. You have sweet ones, you have sour ones, we have all kind of, and carambola is a really nice flavor and it's a good fruit.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
What do you call the other one? There's the next one, damsel.
Damsel.
Damsel is waste.
Well, yes. Oh gosh, I like damsel
I love
stew.
damsel stew
Bad.
too.
Damsel stew. Anything that's soy, tamarind stew. Oh gosh.
And you know what's something that could do well out there? Guava cheese. People out there don't know. A lot of people don't know about guava cheese. I think it's something very unique
Okay.
to Grenada.
Wow.
I don't know much people other islands. I don't know them doing a lot of the guava cheese.
Okay,
People in Grenada do a good guava cheese
Okay.
and guava is a real love fruit.
Oh yes,
Mhm.
oh yes.
Mhm.
All right, so the name of the product is Just Grilling Breadfruit Sticks. Check
Just
it
Grilling.
out. You can get it in, I think you could get it in IGA and Food Fair. Where can we get it? Check out the supermarkets. Just look for Just Grilling Breadfruit Sticks. I guess it will be in the freezer because it's frozen. I think it's already cooked, so all you have to do is just fry it up or heat it up in the
Or bake
oven or
it,
something,
yeah.
bake it.
Mhm.
And I can't wait to get my pack. I need to taste this. So I don't know if they have at home, but Jason and Kishona, I think on my way home, I need to pass for a pack. So if you have, please. I'm hearing
sell
good
out.
things. I'm hearing good things about these breadfruit sticks.
Mhm.
So I need to taste them.
Yeah.
All right, guys. All right, guys. So it has really been a pleasure speaking to you this afternoon. We spoke on, the topic of family projects and activities. That's what we were discussing this afternoon. We spoke about the little things, the little activities we do with our families that we enjoy so much, the day-to-day activities, on the weekends maybe, and when you're growing up, the little activities you did with your parents, with your with your family members that you really enjoyed. So we spoke about that, and we also spoke about projects that you can do together as a family that can benefit the whole family and that can possibly be eventually turned into a business.
Yeah.
So
And before you close, as we were talking about chickens,
yes,
we have a lot of things that we buy on the chicken products.
true.
Chicken nuggets. I know little children love chicken nuggets, but I think chicken nuggets are imported. Do we make chicken nugget locally?
I'm not too sure, but somehow I don't think so.
Right, so that's an idea. A local, we
Yes.
could create our own
Chicken nuggets. Okay.
Yeah, good local chicken.
Sometimes you just need to chat a little bit to come up with ideas, Sometimes it might seem obvious to the person out there who's being creative, but, to us, only just after you start chatting, you realize, okay, that sounds good. It sounds good. All right, so guys, don't forget to check out the Just Grilling Breadfruit Sticks. You can get it at Real Value, Foodland, Food Fair, and Sog Foods.
Oh, nice.
All right, so
SOGs.
yes, that's a variety of supermarkets. Check it out. All righty. All right, guys. So again, it has been a pleasure. We are your hosts, Linnell, and you can call me Lady Sabby and Adonna. It has been a real pleasure chatting with you, chatting on air with you this afternoon. We hope that you were able to gain something valuable from our discussion this afternoon. And don't forget, we'll be back here again next week. at about 5 in the p.m. until 6 again for another session of Team Family. So blessings to one and all. Thank you again for joining us. God bless you. Have a great afternoon.
Hey, you can't touch me. Lucifer, you can't touch me. Furthermore, take your filthy hands off me family. The blood of Jesus over your family. Plead the blood over your family. This is what to pray and say in the morning. The blood of Jesus over your family. Plead the blood over your family. This is what to pray and say in the morning. Warfare time when you're under the blood, them demons are shake and